Hey guys, welcome to another video on the Inside Spurs channel. Happy Thursday early evening, maybe late afternoon, something like that. I hope you've had a bloody good day. I've had a good day. You've enjoyed yourself. Obviously, I did talk about yesterday, the video earlier. Have released a video earlier. Go back and watch. Talked about Belize, a stake being bought by an American investment company. Gummerson, Gallagher, plenty in there. Go have a little watch if you haven't seen it. But we obviously had a game yesterday that very much impacted us. Man City beating Aston Villa. I think it's 4-1 in the end. Phil Foden, absolute magician. Unbelievable. Obviously, tonight being the Manchester United-Liverpool game, which is... No, it's not. This weekend, isn't it? It's one of the two. Anyway, that's coming. So that's another massive game. It's at the weekend, I remember, because Liverpool playing Sheffield United, I think. But, it's a massive game for us. It's a massive week heading in. And, this West Ham point that we got in the week could be absolutely vital towards the end of the season. We shall see. In this video, we're looking at Riccardo Calafiori, the Bologna centre-back. So plenty to talk about in that regard because very interesting guy. I want to give you a bit of detail as to who he is and also what you can expect from him. So you're going to kick about for that. I also want to talk about this weird report coming out about the Premier League maybe getting rid of PSR but bringing in a thing called luxury tax, which is in the NBA, which I will explain to you. I do watch the NBA. I'm a massive NBA fan, so I'll explain it to you in a bit more detail. As well as I want to talk about, there's this thing going around on Spurs. Are Spurs any better this year than they were last? I want to kind of just tell you, if you do not think it, you're going to get proved wrong in this video alone. And if you do think it, I'm going to back up your point. So plenty to get into, plenty to talk about. Just to say though, if you are new, give us a subscribe. You're very much welcome to join us for the journey. And let me start with Riccardo Calafiori, okay? So it came from Tuttomercato Web, who said that Tottenham are ready to submit an opening bid for Bologna star Riccardo Calafiori, who has enjoyed an extraordinary form this campaign. So like I said, he is the Bologna centre-half. So let's talk about who he is, the player data. He's 21 years old. He turns 22 on the May 19th, so about 6 weeks away. He's Italian centre-back, left-footed centre-back, which is interesting. His contract expires in the summer of 2027. This season, he's played 32 times with 3 assists in those games. He played across the Serie A, the Italy Cup, the Super League, not that one, and the Conference League qualifiers. He's played just short of 2,400 minutes and plenty of game time for the 21-year-old. We'll call him 22. Okay, we'll call him 22. I was watching him a little bit. And look, I don't sit here and watch Italian football every single week. Sometimes when I require information about a Juventus player, I ask my friend who's an avid Juventus fan. He is Italian. He's not a glory hunter. And he sort of tells me what to expect. And I remember him telling me that Bentancur was going to be the guy. He was going to be the guy who's going to be fantastic for us. And he's not proved me wrong. He never rated Kulusevski. I don't know if that changes your thoughts or anything like that. But anyway, he does give me the left-footed version of Romero because I was watching the videos of him and he was flying into tackles. Like, there was no holds barred. He was sometimes going over the ball. He was getting the ball but going slightly over it. If you think about Curtis Jones' red card against us, which I never thought was a red card personally. He wasn't trying to be malicious. He was just trying to sort of get and scoop, But anyway, flying into tackles, good with the ball, physical. He wasn't the quickest. I think it's kind of like Romero. He wasn't the quickest, but he was quick enough and athletic enough. He does take risks with the ball. And I don't think Romero takes risks with the ball. And that's where I think the differences draw the line. So I was impressed with what I saw. I would be keen to know the value of where he lays. I mean, he's a decent, tall enough defender. He's probably about 6'2", something like that. I was impressed, but I think with those sort of things, how expensive will he be? Now, if this is a Pratici signing, let's be frank, Pratici really hasn't let us down from the Serie A. Let's give Dragusin at least until next season to sort of show us what he's got, because it's early doors. With Calafiori, it could be the situation where you do have another Italian come in. There's an Italian goalkeeper, Italian left back that start for us that they do all right, I think. They're not too bad. So we'll see about Calafiori. I want to talk about this luxury tax thing. This is a weird one. So Mike Keegan from Daily Mail Sport put out an exclusive that Premier League clubs considering introducing, quote, luxury tax and getting rid of points deduction. Overwhelming view that PSR is not working, an agreement with the EFL miles away. The EFL miles away is the sort of pyramid of distributing money down the leagues to help sort of the leagues that maybe are suffering a little bit more to be a bit better. I mean, the Premier League makes so much money, we should be we should be helping the lower leagues a lot more. Now, luxury tax, give you an idea. So the NBA has a salary cap. Let's call it $200 million. I think it's more than that, but we'll call it that for this example. You can spend up to that. You don't have to spend that, but you can spend up to that, okay, with no issues. The luxury tax kicks in is when you spend over that. The more you go over, the even more you're going to get taxed. So let's say you went to 225 million. So you're 25 million over. Normally what happens is you still have to pay those salaries. That's not an issue. But you get taxed. It's like twice, 3 times the amount. So sometimes you might have a 250 million tax bill, the salary cap bill, you might be paying 400 million, 450 million. Now, this is where I have so many ridiculous issues with this, because you're going to get Newcastle to go, we're worth like hundreds of billions of pounds. Oh no, you're going to charge us an extra 50 million because we brought in some of the best players in the world and we're now one of the best teams in the world because we skyrocketed through. It shouldn't be like that. I think PSR is it's a good thing. It means people run clubs properly. I like that. Does it sort of need refining and improving? Yeah, of course. But that's sometimes what happens. When you bring something in that's new, sometimes it just takes time for it to get up and running. PSR should be a thing. It shouldn't be a thing where, Man City's and Chelsea. I mean, Chelsea spent $1 billion, 1.1 odd billion over 3 windows or whatever. That's ridiculous. Yes, clubs can spend a lot of money, but it should also be the fact that this is here for the longevity of clubs. And if you really care about the lower leagues, you would want financial fair play, because if teams are coming up, like Luton, living within their means, they're doing the best they can. They've been an absolute breath of fresh air this season. Imagine that. They would never get to the Premier League if teams could just spend what they wanted. You got Leeds in the Championship, Leicester's, quite massive clubs in the Championship. They just overspend. They get Premier League players playing for them on crazy wages, and you would never see a Luton. You would never see a team like that come up. So that's why it's ridiculous. We shouldn't be considering this. It's ridiculous, and I hope it does sort of get thrown out. Right, let me talk about how this whole thing. I saw it on Twitter, and it was like, Spurs play nicer football. We're way more attractive to watch. I look forward to the games, but we're no better than we are last season. So I'm just going to take, as we are, 30 games in. All right, not the last 8, because the last 8, by the way, it's going to look even worse for some people that don't think we have improved, because we fell off a cliff even further. I'm looking at right this second, 30 games in. So Spurs this season played 30, won 17, we've drawn 6, we've lost 7, so we've got 57 points. This time last season, Spurs had played 30, we had won 16, we'd drawn 5 and lost 9. So we had, at the time, 53 points. We're 4 points better off, so already we are better off. When we look at sort of goals and things like that, so Spurs this season have scored 62 goals. We are 1 behind Aston Villa. We are 5 behind Liverpool, Man City, and we are 10 behind Arsenal. We have conceded 44, and compare it to where we were last season, we'd scored 55 and we had conceded 42 for a goal difference of 13, right? So when you look at it, yes, we conceded 2 more, but we would also scored, 7 more. Okay, so yeah, we're better off in that regard as well. Also, in this time, we played nearly 2 months of football with 4 fullbacks at the back. We played with next to no midfielders because we didn't have any fitness. We had no creative midfielders because against Man United, for example, because we hadn't had anyone fit for it. So yes, we are a better team than we were under the regime last season. We are much a better team. The fact that anyone's considering that we're not is a joke. The fact that, that's just, I haven't even talked about the fact that we had sold Harry Kane. The fact that we lost 30 goals a season because of selling Harry Kane. We're changing the whole club at the moment. So yeah, to think that we're not in a better position is a joke. Now, can you demand better? Can you demand to be better? There's nothing wrong with demanding better. How you articulate that is another question. I think some people are too strong with their words, and people go, "Oh, it's too soft." No, not when it's abuse. That's not being too soft. That's just being an absolute wrong 'un. We could be better. And there's games this season where, yes, maybe we should have gotten more out of those games. And that's fine. I completely understand that. But I will compare this to the end of the season when we finished in 8th last year with Harry Kane. Now, if we finish, let's say we finish where we exactly are right now, 5th, we've improved, we've scored more goals. And to be honest, do you not remember that Newcastle game towards the end of the season last year? And tell me we haven't improved. We shall see. But anyway, guys, that's the video. Hope you enjoyed it. Drop a like on the video if you did. Hit me in the comment section. Your thoughts, feelings. Do you think we've improved? Do you think we've not? I'm happy to have a discussion with you on that front. Obviously, your thoughts, feelings about Riccardo Calafiori. I love that name so much. I love it. What a name. But yeah, if you want to talk about and ask me questions about maybe who he is, I'm happy to give you a bit more information, as well as this preposterous idea of luxury tax in the Premier League. Obviously, subscribe to the channel if you do and hit the notification for more. But guys, in the video, I'll see you all very, very soon. Take care, guys.